Welcome back to Mud Lake Ranch. Today we're here with the Henry Homesteader 9mm rifle. This rifle is a very conservative in appearance, almost looking like a Crossman air gun or something. But underneath it all, it is a 9mm, 10-round capacity, semi-automatic. It has very traditional looking walnut wood style stock, a threaded barrel, standard front and rear sights. The rear sight is actually a peep aperture style sight, perfect for the ranch. Although this is a very inconspicuous and unalarming appearance, this type of rifle would actually be banned in New York State as an assault rifle because of the simple threaded barrel on the front here, which is, absolutely silly. It is not for sale in New York State. So you can thank your lawmakers for that. Be sure to get out and vote and make sure that they understand that they cannot be passing ridiculous regulations on firearms, especially on something as sweet as this. A gun like this belongs in every truck, every tractor, every side-by-side. This is a great rifle for varmint control, even for hunting larger game with hollow points. But we're going to put it through its paces today. This has not been fired at the ranch yet. This is here on loan from Henry Repeating Arms. So we thank the folks at Henry. We thank the folks at True Shot who provided the ammo for this video. Before we get started, to make sure you don't miss any of our videos, be sure to hit that notification bell, thumbs up, and subscribe. Let YouTube know that this content is valuable to you and that you'd like to see more of it. Also in the description below or our About section is a link to our website. There you'll find all of our affiliated brands, and we do earn a small commission off any purchases made using those links. So let's get started. Get a little close up here of this rifle. The magazine release is in front of the mag, far ahead of your trigger, and kind of in an awkward position compared to most other magazine and release configurations. It's got a side charging operation here with a small handle that isn't really too in the way, but yeah, it could get caught on your flannel shirt or something. But yeah, let's run some rounds. We are unsafe. Chamber is empty. The magazines load up very easily compared to other 9mm firearms like your handguns or whatever that usually are a little stiffer. This is a new gun, and it loaded up fairly easily. First, we're going to try her out at 50. I have a steel target at about 50 yards, and then we're going to run it out to 100 with the open sights. First off, I'm not a fan of the charging handle being over here. I kind of want to do the AK charge, or my side charging ARs are on the right side. So yeah, that worked great. Trying to get a good idea where this thing actually hits, because having this wide aperture is actually not beneficial for precision shooting, because you don't have any notch of any kind. You got to get used to where it's hitting. Is that 10 already? Sure was. All right. She's locked open. Yep, my second shot I hit fine. I should have paid attention better to where that was hitting. Otherwise, you're gonna need to. So this does come pre-drilled for a scope, and given that you're looking through that for sights, leaves a lot of room for error. I'm gonna give it a whirl at a longer distance too, just to blast off some ammo here. It's 10. Make sure your magazine is seated, because I want to remind my previous firing attempts that just fell out when I went to charge it. Also doesn't have a bolt release, so no bolt release. We have our unsafe. You actually have to rack it. So unlike an AR, does not have bolt release. we go. It took a while, but I finally got on target. Seeing through the, I would call large rear aperture versus a standard rear sight that actually has a V and has some notches so you can get an idea left, right, and what your height should be at. I'm running this thing with the front sight just below center, and I'm hitting now. So send a few more downrange and see if we can connect it a little bit further distance. I just think this would be a fun gun to have, to just throw it in the back of the wheeler or just have it around. Throw one in the barn, throw one in the truck, throw it in the garage. You know, just a all-purpose rifle that's in a affordable caliber to shoot, but more powerful than your standard, you know, 22 or even a little bit bigger hole than your 223. Kind of curious at how I can do at further range with this thing. There, I got the goggles back on. I'm gonna try out at about 100 now. That's it. All right, final thoughts on this bear. The Henry Homesteader 9mm semi-automatic rifle. Practicality score, I'm gonna give it, I don't know, 4 to 5 for the purpose it's built to be a ranch gun. I mean, the only thing that can make it better, higher capacity, better sights out of the box. This would be great for quick target acquisition, but if you're shooting something small, that's not gonna cut it. So sights knocked it down a peg. That mag release being in front knocked it down a peg. Overall appearance, she's boring. Gorgeously boring. Boxy and utilitarian. It's a neat rifle. It is what it is situation here. It's one of those things that I don't know where the idea to come up with a 9mm carbine that is just as traditional can get looking. I kind of dig it, but at the same time, it's like, meh, it's not going to turn a head in your gun cabinet, that's for sure. Someone might mistake it at a glance for, you know, a high power Crossman or something like that. As far as accuracy, accuracy's given the sights. Option upgrade is fantastic. I think that you'd want to throw something on here, whether it be a LPVO or just a red dot would probably be sufficient. I don't know. I don't think they make any other mags for it. I think it comes with standard 10 and maybe a 7. I'm not sure. I gotta go read the manual. You can read the manual yourself. It does come equipped with studs for a sling if you were gonna walk around in the woods with this sucker. The threaded barrel, I guess, for a suppressor, but I mean, you could put a brake on it. What good would that do you, really, unless you're hunting close to dark? I don't imagine you get much flash. Coolness factor, that's the final one. Coolness factor. We're gonna rate this thing on a coolness factor. This is a nerd. It's only as cool as you consider it to be. I'm gonna give it a 1 on coolness because it's granddad boring. It's granddad boring, but at the same time, that's kind of cool. Retro's cool. I wouldn't call it entirely retro, but it definitely has a grandpa vibe to it. Grandpa vibe or 12-year-old me vibe with a Crossman. Anyway, thank you for watching. Again, with that thumbs up and subscribe. I'm Jared, and thank you for watching Mud Lake Ranch.